Hello everybody. So today's story is all about power. Now power comes in different shapes, doesn't it? When you think about it, there's power that you switch on your lights when you go in the house if it's a bit dark. There's the power that helps the car go and makes the car get you to places where you want to be. There's the power of the remote control to switch the television over, even though it does cause an argument sometimes. Well, today's power is all about a very special power, and it's the power of God. Jesus and his disciples went to Capernaum, where they stayed for a few days. And on the Sabbath day, Jesus went to the synagogue, and whilst he was there, he was invited to preach. The people listened and were amazed at Jesus' teachings. He spoke about God to them with great wisdom and power. No other priests or teachers had ever spoken like this before. As Jesus preached to the Jews gathered there in the synagogue, he suddenly heard a terrible scream. A wild-looking man ran out of the crowds and shouted at him, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us?" The mad voice cried out further, "I know who you are. You are the Holy One from God." Jesus knew that the man was ranting and raving because his mind had been taken over by an evil spirit from the devil, just as he tried to tempt Jesus once before in the desert. The devil takes over people and to keep them from following God. So Jesus calmly but very firmly spoke to the evil spirit. "Be quiet," he said. "Come out of that man." The power of God is stronger than any force of the devil, so the evil spirit had to obey. Immediately the wild man shook violently, and with a shriek the angry spirit left him. The man stopped shouting and became quiet and peaceful. Those that saw this were stunned by what had happened. "Who is this preacher?" they asked each other. "He speaks with such knowledge, and he has the power to make evil spirits obey." Now, I would imagine that being in the synagogue at that time, it must have been very frightening to witness this, but also very reassuring that Jesus spoke in such a firm, controlled manner to make the man feel better, which is really good. Now, I want us to go and make some crafts. So if you'd like to go and get some paper, you also need some little squares of paper. I'll show you the sort of size I'm talking about that big. So you need a nice big piece of paper and some of that. You need your pens and some glue and perhaps some peel-offs like stickers or something. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Okay, right. Now I've picked a nice purple piece of paper because I quite like the colour personally. So you need that, and you need to lay that down first. Then, do you remember I said to you about the little squares of paper? Yes? What I'd like you to do is you need 7 of those, and they need to be able to fit on your card going down. So 5 squares need to go down, and then you need 3 to be able to go across. So it sort of forms a cross shape like so. On the little cards, I need you to write power on 5 of them. That's POWER. And on the other 2, I need you to write a G and a D. Okay? I'll show you what I mean. Right, so once you've got your card, okay, and your little squares, you start with the first one, which is the P. And you put the P on the top, like so. There's your P, okay? Then you get the O, which is the next letter, and you put the O on there too. Can you see what I'm doing? Then you get the W, which I've got there. Then you put that one underneath the O, okay? And you get the E, put the E under the W, under there, stick that one on. And then your last one going down is the R, which is, can you see it says power on the way down? Now, this is the important bit. You then put the G on the other side of your O. Can you see what I've done? G-O. And then on the other side of the O, you put a D. There we are. You see? God, power. And look, I've made the shape of the cross to remind us of God's power. Now, obviously, when God's powerful, I think to myself, how would I show that? So I thought I'd put some nice sparkly stars and spangles on my poster just to remind me how powerful God's power is, so that it's shining out. And it doesn't matter what evil spirit tries to come, as long as I trust in God's power, then I know I'm going to be safe. And that's what this story is all about, trusting in God's power. There you go. Can you see? There. Okay, everybody, have a good week. You take care. Bye-bye.